Hillary Clinton has not addressed the new news coming out of the FBI today that they're looking at a new batch of emails that have been discovered. Let's bring back Congressman Jordan. Sir, you were finishing your thought. You were going through the issues. Let me ask you something, though. She kind of highlighted one key issue. I wonder if she's doing it on purpose. 11 days to go. Even if the FBI is once again looking at a new batch of emails, the chances that we're going to have any clarity about what they're doing before the election is 0 to none, right?
Well, I mean, who knows? We don't know what these emails are. We don't know how long it will take for them to reach some kind of conclusion and give us some kind of statement on what's there. What we do know is what they said. They are reopening the investigation. Now, remember, Mr. Comey he went through, when he did his press conference back in July, went through everything that she had done wrong and then said, yeah, we're not going to prosecute. So to go through all that, for us to discover in the last couple of months that 5 people got immunity agreements, 5 people got immunity, no one got prosecuted. 3 of the 5 who got immunity agreements took the 5th in front of Congress. That Loretta Lynch admitted under oath when questioned that this is the first and only time she has said, I will follow the recommendations of the FBI, even though we didn't know what those recommendations were. In spite of all those unusual things that took place that we've never seen in any other case, he goes through all that, says we're not going to prosecute, and now here we are 10 days before an election, and he says he's going to reopen the case. So we don't know what it is. But it sure seems like it must be something pretty darn important for that fact pattern to play out and for them to announce just a week and a half before an election that they're going to re-examine things and look at these new emails.
What's the next step in terms of what, if anything, Congress does to try to find out what's going on?
I think you let the FBI do their work. I mean, look, we've had hearings. We've tried to get to the bottom of this. It would have been nice if Secretary Clinton would have cooperated when we asked her a year ago, would you let a neutral third party like a retired federal judge do the front-end examination versus what they did, which is they destroyed 30-some thousand emails that we had to accept their word that they were personal emails. Now maybe some of those have been kept somehow and they weren't fully destroyed. Who knows? But it would have been nice if that would have happened. But I think we're at a point right now you let the investigation play out.
Does this point, Congressman, as it seemed to for one of our prior guests, to on one hand possibly calling into question the competence and thoroughness of the FBI in the first place in this investigation?
Well, we've been concerned about the investigation when it was, I mean, when have you ever seen that fact pattern play? I mean, think about Paul Combetta, one of the guys who got an immunity agreement and took the 5th in front of Congress. He was also the guy who was discovered had went on the Reddit site and asked, how do I get rid of the archived email address from Mrs. Clinton so that those emails, when subpoenaed from Congress, her email address wouldn't be there. He was asking how to do that. And then just a couple months ago, he was caught going back to that site trying to delete those requests he had posted 2 years before. When have you ever seen a fact pattern like that? So we were already questioning how this investigation was done. I think any American who's looked at the fact pattern and looked what played out would be doing that. But now we know that, look, something must be so important that James Comey and the FBI have announced to the chairman of the respective committees in the House and Senate that they're going to relook at this.
So, Congressman, you're telling us and you're telling the American people that basically what we know now, which is not too much, is what we will have to know or not know going into this election in 11 days. And there's nothing that you and Congress can do about that to help the American people cast their vote.
I certainly hope Governor Pence has indicated that the FBI should make this information public so the American people are fully informed. I think as much as the American people can know, we should know. We got a big election coming here in just a week and a half. I think it's important the voters go to the polls as completely and thoroughly informed as they can be. So that would be great. But again, I think the announcement speaks pretty strongly that something must be there, or they wouldn't make this announcement this close to an election.
Congressman Jordan, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it. Thanks for calling.